I can't do this. Today we're gonna make something super fun, super filling. You can enjoy with the whole family. You can make with the kids or not. Definite memory from my childhood. Amazing garlic bread, garlic French bread, garlic bread pizza for all the protein concerned. There's plenty of it on here. I got a nice secret for you to show you how to make amazingly tasting vegan cheese on your own at home. Nothing out of the ordinary that you cannot do. I feel like I have pizza all over my face and neck. Maybe I do. This is freaking delicious. It's amazing. You're gonna love this recipe. And if you don't, well, there's plenty of other channels you can watch. And of course, Frankie will be with me. I love you, but you know garlic. You know that. No garlic. So we're gonna make two different kinds. And now I made this delicious pesto earlier this summer, or later this summer, a few months back. And I froze some of it. So I can link the video down below, or you can just buy your own pesto. But we're gonna use some of this, and I'm gonna use some leeks. I'm just gonna prep up each pizza separately. So if you wanna just make one, you can make that one, or you can make the other, or you can make both. It's gonna need a fair amount of garlic. I would say a 1/4 cup. I'm just gonna start with a mortar and pestle. Oops. Keep them in there. Just lightly crush them to hold them down. We're just gonna mash them really good. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. That'll help draw out all the flavors. Smells delicious. You can see that. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to this, maybe 1/3 cup. We're gonna set this into here. Just to make sure I get everything out of there. I'm just gonna set this aside. Use this in a second. I'm gonna add some leeks because I was super careless with my knife and I swiped my hand across the cutting board and hit the edge of it. So I cut my finger, cut it small. Ow!
You won!
Derek. It's not too bad. And this just goes to show I make tons of mistakes and I am not perfect. So just be careful with those knives, especially the sharp ones, because you know in the last video we sharpened our knives and this was nice and sharp, so it's a clean cut. Nobody's perfect. Did you have a good play date? Yeah, give me a kiss. Oh, give me, let me get you a treat. Give me a paw. Good girl. Good girl. All right, so I'm back. I'm gonna slice these leeks into rounds. This way. For the protein concerned, we're gonna use a little bit of tofu here. Hey, quick one. So from post-cooking, I used a 450-gram block of the extra firm tofu, the one that comes in the CeeLo pack, not packed in water. So I'm using half for the white pizza and another half for the red one that will be coming up on shortly. Cheers. What I'm gonna do is just shave it. Just as thin as you can get it. Oh, guess who's here? Can't go without giving Miss Frankie a piece. Girl. Okay, one more. Oh. I'm gonna add about 1 tablespoon of the garlic oil. Just a little bit of the oil. We're gonna zest a little bit of lemon in here. This will add some nice poppy freshness to it. 1. So about 5 zests. Cut it in about 1/3 of it. Try not to get any seeds in there. And then we're just gonna squeeze that in. Pinch of salt, some cracked black pepper. Stir. It's okay if you break up some of the pieces. This is super delicious if you love raw garlic. A little bit of lemon garlic in there. Make a good sandwich as well. Okay, set this aside. All right, so for the next one, we're just gonna prep up some baby spinach. We'll get the pan nice and hot. I'm just gonna add a touch of olive oil. Not much, just a little bit of salt to the pan. A couple good sized handfuls. I'm just gonna saute that up. Make sure I got them all. So you could add broccoli to this. You could add anything green. I want to try to keep it green, so the pesto being a green, white pizza, whatever you want to call it, white and green pizza, and then we'll have our red one. But green, we'll have the pesto, we'll have the leeks, we'll have the baby spinach, you could add broccoli, you could add courgette or zucchini. And that's it. As soon as you think it's done, like it's wilted, it's done. I'm just gonna strain this out. Paper towel. Done. No fuss. You can see what I have for the green one. We got the baby spinach, take care of that in a minute. We got the tofu, seasoned with garlic and lemon. I got some of those leeks, the pistachio pesto, and we have that garlic oil. Now for the red, 2 of these tomatoes. I gotta admit, the tomatoes over here aren't that great. All right, so we're gonna use the other half of tofu. I'm gonna do the same thing. This one I'm gonna cut in half because I'm gonna do smaller slices, yeah. And we're just gonna shave this down. So just take your time. Go as thin as you want, as thin as you can. You don't need thick pieces. You get more flavor if we do it thinner, and I want them to develop a crispier crust. And guess who's back? Whatever I pull out, cheese or tofu, Frankie's here. Get him. Good girl. I'm just gonna add the tofu right here. So these, I'm gonna flavor pepperoni style. Or like sausagey style kind of pizza I used to like. Sausage and pepperoni. And we're just gonna eye these. I'll write the recipe down in the description as usual. So about a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. This is smoked paprika because I just don't have sweet paprika. So smoked paprika, I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of that. Remember, there's no flavor to tofu, so I'm gonna just want to add some flavor. I'm gonna use about a teaspoon of oregano, because I want that ultimate sausagey flavor. Fennel seeds quickly. I didn't do anything with it. There's just a little bit of that oil left in it until I clean it. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of fennel seeds. Fresh cracked black pepper for the bitter flavor. So about a teaspoon. Just a quick pulverize. Give it that nice fragrant. And I'm still gonna save this for one more thing because I try to limit how many things I make dirty so I have less to clean up. And we have that garlic oil. I'm gonna add another tablespoon to this. A little bit more of that, just the oil part, and try to get out of it. So we see we still have quite a bit of this. And again, salt, teaspoon. Mix this up well. I'm just gonna let it sit like this for a couple more minutes while we prep up the rest. For our red pizza base, I have some red sauce. So I made some of my own red sauce, tomato sauce. Just use whatever tomato sauce you want, or just canned tomatoes, whatever you'd like. But you're gonna need a little bit of tomato sauce, so it's about a cup. And then I have those fresh sliced tomatoes, and we have that tofu. Now for our base, I got some nice French bread. I don't know if it's French or not, but it's bread, and it's super fresh. It's from the local bakery in my little village. It smells really, really good. So we're gonna preheat the oven on fan to 200 degrees. Pull out my trusty bread knife, just carefully slice it in half. Onto here, because I can't have this mess. I have to clean up constantly. Always work like you're being watched. Then you're gonna take a pan, really lay on it. This is where you get the kids involved. I saw Kenji Lopez do a pizza similar to this. His wasn't vegan. There, nice flat, just so they're even. Now you get them both the same size. A little bit of the garlic, just gonna spread it across, just make garlic bread. Spread it out as much as possible. Beautiful. Olive oil here, the sides. I didn't say this was healthy, this was fun. So now you might be wondering what we're gonna add to the top of this. And I'm gonna add some cheese. I've said it before, I'm not the biggest fan of some of the vegan cheeses out there. You know, we're not in America, I don't have access to Miyoko's, which I think Miyoko's is fantastic. She does an amazing job with what she did. The cost of dairy cheese is so much less expensive than vegan cheese. It's kind of ridiculous. You know, we need to start switching that. Subsidies need to start going over to the plant-based side because I'm not eating dairy. And there's many reasons for that. There's plenty. You can check out Earthling Ed about how he talks about dairy. I even seen Merle, the vegan, her channel. She just did a really good episode on the dairy industry. That's worth a watch. I'll link those episodes below. My reason for not having any dairy is not a medical condition. I do not need to be contributing to any more of the needless suffering in the world. Just because I want to eat good food doesn't mean anything has to suffer for that. Some people don't agree with it. This is the way I live. I'm shooting food cooked with no animal products, and that includes dairy products. In the beginning, cheese is hard to give up. It's hard. It's addictive. It's got shit in it that makes it addictive. The casings, the taste. You grow up on that stuff. I get it. I adjusted my palate. I'm now vegan. I've been vegan for almost 8 years in January. I'm super happy about that. And before those 8 years, I was learning how to cook vegan for 6 or 7 years. I was training myself from being a regular chef, doing a lot more plant-based and focusing solely on the whole foods, plant-based, no oil diets when I worked with Whole Foods. And then the day I left Whole Foods, I went vegan. And so since then, it'll be 8 years in January. I feel great. Anyways, that's my reason. I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything, but if you want to watch what I do and try the things that I make, I applaud you. Cheers. Found a great way to make this cheese that is super delicious on pizzas, and I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna use the same container. But I have 2 different vegan cheeses. This one has a little bit of smoky flavor, and I bought the shreds. You know, there are blocks you can buy. They're good. They taste great on their own. I like them on their own. They're good, but they don't melt very well. So I need to fix that. And what I'm gonna do, add them to this. I'm just gonna pound them a little bit, not much, just to break them down. You can do this at home easy. So whatever vegan cheese you want, you can do this with. Now it's just like crumble. But what I've discovered, and I love, and it's more economical if I buy some vegan cheese, and then I tend to always buy this yogurt, the Oatly Greek style yogurt. Not sponsored by them at all. Really like this yogurt, I think it's great. No soy, just oat. 1, 2, maybe 4 tablespoons. All right, you convinced me. We'll do 5 tablespoons because it's 2 pizzas. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt, mix this up. It's kind of like a cross between a burrata and a nice mozzarella when I get done with this and put it on the pizza. You can see. I'm gonna pop these in the oven for 5 minutes. I just wanted to toast up the edges so that it's nice and hot. Start with the pesto. It's gonna add a good amount, so probably half of it. And these will form some nice crispy edges. That's why I wanted them so thin. This is probably overloading it. You don't have to add this much, but this is gonna be my dinner. Leeks. It's a little bit even like that. Baby spinach. Just gonna make sure this is all squeezed out. Every piece would get some. Same thing. Pepperoni flavored tofu. Again, this is a lot. I'm gonna kind of cover this. So I have this much left I'm gonna use for something else. And last but not least, we're just gonna dollop it. Ricotta, burrata, a little melty mozzarella. Give them a quick press down. Could be just called an open face sandwich, I guess. Sorry for the sound. This is gonna go in the oven, just like this, for about 10 to 12, 15 minutes. I'll check on it and let you know. Siri, sweetheart, please set the timer for 10 minutes to start. Looking good. It's been about 15 minutes. That looks freaking gorgeous. Ooh, amazing. It's got the ridges underneath. Awesome. Man, it smells delicious. Look at that. So good. Voila. Looks so good. It smells delicious in here now. Oh, they're messy and delicious. That's kind of a big piece. I guess I'll have to eat this one. To grab some of these first. Now, I really love the cheese mixture, and how this melts in it. So you don't have to cover it, no worrying about it. And it just delivers that flavor that I'm looking for. It's really, really good. Sorry, Frankie, I can't really give you so much garlic in this. I love you. Here, I'll give you this though. Good girl. Look at that. It's awesome. Yum. Aside from the amazing pesto that we made earlier this summer and that cheese, I'm really getting the lemon and the pepper from the tofu and the leeks. It's really, really satisfying. Let's try, see what I can get out of this. Looking pretty damn good. Look at that. I know I got it all over my face, but it's so freaking good. That flavor of the pepperoni flavored tofu really coming through. It's really nice. Yeah, super good. I thought I might call some friends up and give them this, but delicious. If you liked this video and you had fun watching and you want to cook along with me some more, check out these videos over here. Give me a paw.